Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Spider, and welcome back to another review. And today we're going to be talking about the Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 Combiner Force Warrior Class Windblade. Still a bit of a mouthful. Now, the way I usually start off these reviews is taking a look at the packaging, but I don't have it anymore, so here's a trash can instead. Alright, now onto the figure. So, here we have Windblade. It was released in 2017, I believe. I don't have the packaging anymore, so I can't confirm. Yeah, this is actually the second Windblade of the RID line. This one has some new paint and a new head, which obviously we'll take a look at later, because right now we're looking at the jet mode. So, focus on here. Got a nice blue in the cockpit here. Got some reds, some black, and silver. I like how shiny the black is. Makes it look very cool. Got some yellow bits here. Some tail fins. Yeah, pretty cool, sharp looking jet overall. It's got some pretty decent cable management too. Well, that is except for the arms, which are just hanging out there. Just waiting to say hello. Like they couldn't have done a better job with this? I mean, come on. Skywarp's arms were better than that. I mean, yeah, his arms were kind of exposed too, but at least his hands folded in, so it wasn't as obvious that they were arms. Here, they're just there. The whole arm is just there. But at least they tab in, so hey, all is right with the world. Anyways, so yeah, and that really is the biggest downside of the jet mode is the arms, because overall it is pretty cool. Even has some movable turbines. Yeah, you can move these in whatever direction you want them to go. And what's cool is that they actually spin. It's not the most, easiest thing in the world to spin, but it does spin. So yeah, I really like that. That's cool. Anytime a Windblade figure has actual functioning turbines, or movable turbines, I appreciate it. Looks very nice. Yeah. And the jet also has a landing gear. So you see there's this little nub right there. You just hook up with your thumb. You just click it into place, and you have a landing gear. One singular landing gear. Yeah, I guess they couldn't afford to get the rest. I guess these two little things can kind of be landing gear, sorta, not really. So yeah, that's yeah. Anyhow, so yeah, it's not the best jet, but it's all right. I do like it. And there's one more thing that jet can do. Is that we just bring in this piece, which we'll take a look at more in the robot mode, but for now, what we can do is plug it into that thing you can't barely see. There you go. Plug it into there. See, there's two little notches, and there's two little spots for them. You just plug that in, and you rest the jet on top of it, and you have a landing gear, which is strange because the jet mode already has a landing gear. So I don't really know what the purpose of this is. Yeah, I guess they just wanted some way to integrate the weapon into the vehicle mode, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of, overall, it's pretty pointless here. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the jet. Now on to the size comparisons. Okay, before we move on to the size comparisons, I forgot there's one more thing I wanted to mention. There is a little spot you can plug a stand into. So if you wanted to get Windblade in some aerial poses, you can, which, very, very nice. Kind of wish that Skywarp also had one, but they don't. But at least she has one, so that's nice. Alright, now on to the size comparisons. Alright, to start things off, here it is with a Lego minifigure. With the Pack of Destruction minifigure Mothra. With the Pack of Destruction minifigure Godzilla. Now, onto some more relevant size comparisons. Here it is with the Transformers Energon RC. With the 2007 Movie Deluxe Bumblebee. And here it is with the previous review, the Transformers for What's in the Skies Combiner Force Skywarp. You can see there. Let me just the camera up a little bit here. Yep. There we go. See, he's a little bit bigger than she is. But as far as wingspan goes, I guess he does have an edge on her a little bit. So he's Skywarp's a little bigger. There you go. Now that that's over, it is now measuring time. Alright, let's raise the camera up again. Boop, boop. Straighten it out a little bit. Alright. Her wingspan, let's focus in here. There we are. Wingspan is almost 5.5 inches. And the figure is about pretty much 5 inches long. Yeah. It's a decent sized jet. Now that we are done with all of that, it is on to the transformation. So, first thing you want to do to transform the figure is you want to pop this up. As you can see, it just has, zoom in here. You see there's a little lip right there. You just push it past that. Now you can't see it anymore. Okay, I guess it's just too dark and you can't see it. Alright. Yeah, so you push it past that, push it up. There's a little thing right there that it will kind of rest on, and then you just fold it down. That's pretty much it for that for now. Next thing you want to do is just kind of push up the wings, and they're somewhat, like, they kind of already want to push up. You can see I just barely push it, and it just boop, pops up. So just push those back. We'll come underneath the jet and just untab the arms here. Next thing you want to do is come back here, move out of the way, and then bring down the legs, bump the camera, take here, rotate the waist, and you see, focus in here, there's two little tabs. They'll go into the knees. You just plug in and plug in. You split the legs, and you fold that, and it reveals a foot. Fold that, reveals the other foot. Now you can stand her up. Focus back on the figure. And pretty much the last bits you want to do is just bring up the camera a little bit more. Bring it up a little bit more. It's just untap this, fold it down, and it will kind of, come on now, it'll plug into that little notch there. So you just get in there, fold it down, fold that up, and after you've gotten everything situated, you now have Windblade in her robot mode. Yeah. Now that we're in the robot mode, we should move on to the articulation. So, head is, focus in here, the head is on a ball joint, and it can look a good bit up, look a little bit down, can look all the way around, but the ball joint is a little weird. Like, you see if I like try to move it to the side, like sometimes it'll just kind of bounce right back. I don't quite know why it does that. Maybe the way the head tabs in, I guess, or plugs in the ball joint, I guess. I don't know. But you can get it to move around. You just gotta kind of finagle it a little bit. So that is weird. Shoulders are on ball joints, so they can go that far out. They could go all the way around, but the wing gets in the way. It does have a bicep rotation. It's just really tight for some reason. And they got only about 90 degrees of bend at the knee. It's a little unfortunate, but whatever. And nothing at the wrist, which is weird considering the hands don't really do anything for the transformation, so there's really no reason why there couldn't be wrist articulation, but anyways. You do have waist articulation, so that's very nice. The hips are on ball joints. They can kick about that far forward. And they can actually kick further if you get it a little more at an angle. You can get it all the way up if you kick it like that. So just bring her leg back down. You can kick that far back. This kind of gets in the way. You can move it past that to get it even further. Has a thigh rotation, which is very nice. Has a bend at the knee. But if you use the transformation joint, you can get a full bend at the knee. So that's nice. Just tap that back in. And the foot can just go up and down. But it is a little weird because this fin bit is attached to it, so it always looks a little weird. But yeah, that is it for Windblade's articulation. And it is a little basic, but it's not too terrible. Yeah, ooh, that's really bright. You can get a decent amount of poses out of her. Now, on to the details. So, you can see her face, and she has a nice battle mask going on. Which the original version did not have. It was just her normal face, but this one's battle ready. Which, I don't remember her having a battle mask in the show, so I'm not sure why she has one, but it does look cool, so I'm not complaining. Plus, it's not like the regular version of her face doesn't exist. It's just that this is another version. There we go. A little more focused in there. So you got some yellow and some white. You got her Autobot symbol here, which these dang scannable symbols are kind of annoying, you know, because normally her Autobot symbol is a little more sleek and subtle, but this one's just like, boom, there it is, just annoying little symbol right there. I don't know. Just kind of looks a little obnoxious and just doesn't look great. So that is a little annoying about these RID figures. You get some yellow on the sides of the chest and the knees, which on the original was blue. So yeah, they changed it to yellow because the reasons. You get some blue and silver on the torso. You got nice red and black and silver. Yeah, I do quite like the paints on this one, because a lot of the paint on this figure was missing on the original version. Like this silver on the wings and the black, that was all gone. The wings were just all red, and it just looks so plain. But this one, they got some more paint on it, and it looks very, very nice. You can see the side of the wings got some mechanical detail going on. And obviously you can still move the turbines wherever you want them. If you want to have that look, or this look, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, you've got the back of the figure, which, yeah, she does have a bit of a backpack. And if you do not stand her correctly, she will tip over. It is pretty easy to just knock her over. So that is kind of annoying. But as long as you stand her upright, I don't usually have too much trouble with it. So you do have the back of the calves, which are hollow, which, again, don't really bug me all that much. But if it bugs you, now you know. It's there. So that is it for the details of the figure, and overall, it looks alright. Yeah, it's kind of simple, but that was sort of how the RID line was. A lot of the figures are a bit more simpler, especially compared to what we got nowadays. Now, for her accessories, she does have a few of those, one of which is already on the figure. It's got this little thing at the back of her head, which can untab. My camera will focus on it. Hang on a second here. Focus on the thingy, please. There you go. So yeah, I got this little hand fan to go along with her whole, Japanese kabuki theme that Windblade usually has. At least I think that's what it's called. I probably said it wrong. Anyways, so you got this little fan, which is blue. The original one, it was yellow. I'm not quite sure which one I like better. Both kind of work. So, and she can hold it in her hand, and then drop it, and now it's on the floor. There we go. Got it. All right. Get it in there. So you can have that, and she can be fanning herself, I guess. I don't know. It's a neat little accessory, but I don't really use it that much. I just kind of leave it tabbed in the back of her head. Or just leave it off entirely, which also isn't too bad of a look on Windblade. So you can just leave that to the side if you so wish. Her other accessory is her sword. Ooh, that's a little too dark. That's a little better. There we are. We've got the sword. Get the sheath. And it can come out of the sheath, which I love that. Talked about that in the past. I love it when weapons have like functioning holsters and sheaths and stuff, so that's really cool. Just kind of sucks that the blade is pretty plain overall. It's just all black. When in the show, her blade was like a pinkish purple color. So I really wish they would have, you put some of that paint that they have on the figure on the blade itself, but we just get this, which, yeah, looks really cheap and plain. Yeah, that kind of sucks, unfortunately. But that's not all you can do with this. It does have a tab on either side, and you can plug it into either of her hips. I'm going to go with this side just because I feel like it. So you can plug that in and have her, resting her hand on the blade, and that is a really cool look. I do feel like having the blade on her side like that does kind of complete Windblade's look. It just is pretty cool. I do like that. Yeah. But obviously, it's got a sword. She should be holding the sword. Put it in her hand. She can hold the blade, and she can actually hold it with both hands. You just gotta kind of finagle it, and boom. Double-handed sword. I'm trying to get the whole sword in frame. I don't think that's gonna happen. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and I did forget to mention in Skywarp's review, but I can mention it here, as that both of these figures are compatible with the 5mm port system, so any weapon from like a modern figure you can give to these figures, and you can take their weapons and give it to a modern figure. So that's cool. I really like the cross-wave compatibility that Hasbro's been doing with their Transformers. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that is pretty much it for the robot mode. That was kind of weird. And she is quite nice. I do like her. And that port that you could have used to plug in a stand in the jet mode, you can use in the robot mode too. So you can get her to some aerial poses in the robot mode. That's pretty cool. Now we move on to size comparisons part 2. Alright, start off size comparisons again. Here we have it with a Lego minifigure, the Pack of Destruction, minifigure Mothra, the Pack of Destruction, minifigure Godzilla. Alright, on to the relevant comparisons. Here it is, once again, with the Energon RC, with the 2007 Deluxe Bumblebee. She is a little bit taller than she is. Here we have her with the previous review, the Robots in the Skies Combiner Force Skywarp, who's also a bit taller than her, but that works for me. You know, Windblade's not the tallest figure in the world, or character, I should say, not figure, tallest character in the world, so it makes sense that some characters be a little taller than her, so we'll move on to measuring time. So we see here that figure is basically 5 inches tall. So yeah, it's a nice, well-rounded, sized figure. Ooh, that's really bright. And I do like it. Guess I'll plug her little fan into the back of her head there. Get that going. It's been straightened out now. Looks a little better. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Windblade. And overall, I do like her. You know? And I really do appreciate this redesign, or not really redesign, but recolor of this figure, because while there were some paint apps that do look a little bit better on the first RID Windblade, this one looks 10 times better overall, in my opinion anyways. I do quite like it. And yeah, it's not the best Windblade figure out there, but it is pretty cool, you know? You get a okay jet mode and a pretty sweet robot mode. And I do like it. And if you wanted one for yourself, on eBay they're going for around $20 to $30. Which, while I do like it, I do think $30 is a bit much. So I'd try and go for one that's more around $20. Which I do think she's worth it. She's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my review of the Combiner Force Windblade, because I'm not saying the whole name because it's way too long. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you all enjoyed. See you later. Sayonara. Bye.